It's Coach Leo here. This is gonna be the first video or the only video for week one of our video review series that we're doing on Google Classroom. So welcome, thank you guys for watching. Before I get into it, the orange and white team, that's us, NUTLEY United, you can see over here on the left side or over here. So the topic for today's video is gonna be on switching the fields and like sort of a passing. So if you're under pressure on one side, which I'll get into, you'd want to know some tactics and techniques for switching across the field to where there's no pressure, right? So here we have a kickoff situation, right? Our team has possession, obviously. The red and black team is the defending team. So we have possession here, and we have 3 defenders. You can take a second to take a look at what we have. So we have our keeper, we have 3 center backs, or 3 defenders, 3 midfielders right here, and 2 forwards. Okay? So we'll go ahead and press play here. So this is our kickoff, right? We can see we're trying to get wide here from number 7 going wide, so click play. Just develop the attack a little bit, right? And you can notice that we're getting the ball moving, right? So we're under pressure, obviously, right? There's lots of pressure. They're playing very high. You can see they're putting pressure on our defense and some of our midfielders here for the ball. You can notice that we're moving all of these with passing, right? We're getting settled. So if I go back here, right? Nobody's just dribbling around trying to move the ball. Number 9 isn't just taking the ball and going here, this way, this way. I mean, there's way too many people to dribble through here. So we have to pass. There's no option. You can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 passes already in like the first 3 seconds. So to get the ball from here to here from pressure, we need to pass. That's number 1. So passing is essential for the movement of the ball. Okay. So we have here we're going to have a little give and go situation, right? And the midfielder sees number 9 standing here in a great position for a give and go, right? And number 9 is quickly under pressure, so he wants to get this ball moving forward. He's going to do a give and go, so pass here, that's the first one. Number 7 is then going to make a run, as you can see. Makes a run for number 9, and he's got a give and go, and now we've got sort of an attack going, right? But there is, again, lots of pressure over here, right? Okay. Get the attack here, right? So now he starts to track back because he notices that there's not a lot of people forward. Lots of defenders in this area right here, right? And I mean, there's a reason for why it's so congested, right? It's a 9v9, yes. But everyone is on this one side of the field. Like, if you could just split this in half, right? Use this mouse as a line here. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 players out of this side out of what? 18 players. So the rest of that, there's 14 players on this side, that means, right? So if there's 14 players on an entire side, and they're putting pressure on this ball, by the way, there's a lot more black and red people than the NUTLEY United kids right here, right? 1, 2, 3 in this immediate area, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6, and there's more, right? So we need to get this ball out of here, right? If we don't get this ball out of here, what's going to happen is this forward is going to press here, this offensive midfield is going to press here, these guys are going to press, and they're just going to crowd us and take that ball, and we're going to be on a counterattack, okay? So this is why we switch the play, or we switch fields, as some people call it, right? When we switch the fields, what we're doing is we're getting rid of all the pressure that's here. So right away, we've passed backwards because we want to get away from some pressure here, okay? There's still some pressure on this side, absolutely. Look, I mean, this whole team is right here, right? But by passing it backwards, this midfielder was on a lot of pressure just before, and he just got rid of all of that, okay? So he's passed it back, right? Everyone's going to try to bunch up, right? The other team is going to try to crowd you and get the ball, right? As you notice that this is happening, he passes backwards. We have number 8 over here, right? He went from this dot right here all the way over here, right? So he knows it's happening, and we got number 2 try to drop back a little bit, drop right. So what we're looking at right here is if number 3 can get the ball to number 7 quick enough, and for number 7 just to one touch kind of cross it across everything in the air, cross it to number 8 over here, then we've got a much better chance of even getting a shot or some sort of attack going because there's nobody over here, right? For miles, there's nobody here, right? So let's see what happens, right? They're closing down on him really quick, so he's got to get that ball out of here. We've got number 8 here all alone, and number 2 kind of trying to back him up, right? And that's exactly what happens, right? We're sending a ball in the air. That's his touch right there. And now now we can go forward, right? These guys, they're trying to recover. They're all already on this side. They're trying to come back. Everyone's trying to chase number 8, right? So here we go. And then unluckily the defense kind of got set up. But you see how we, with one pass or a couple passes and then one long pass, we were able to free ourselves from that little trap over there, and we still keep possession, right? So that's one way you could just switch the entire field. Another way to kind of switch possession or switch the fields is through small passes, absolutely, right? But if you can kind of see like through little gaps here. So yeah, everyone's in the mid, right? Everyone's in the middle here. I'm not going to argue that. So it is there's lots of high pressure here in this area. So what we can do is try to pass through the gaps. So if everyone uses off-ball movement, which we should all know by now, but I can have a lecture on that as well to kind of refresh everyone. Off-ball movement is super important to what's going to happen right now. Because if number 8 back there, if number 8 didn't move, right, I can go back and I'll go again, right? So we're going to skip. Right, so this is a build-up play, right? We've got everyone moving, by the way, right? No one's standing still. And so we see number 8. Keep your eye on number 8. He's right here. We're going to see what happens, right? So number 7 passes that backwards to number 3. Number 8 is drifting wide. And number 2 is a little bit as well. Number 8 drifting wide is what creates the space out here, right? If number 8 stays right here where he was, there's no switch, right? We're just standing by where the high pressure area is for no reason. There's no reason for him to be standing there. He's not doing anything. So he might as well drift wide. Number 7 takes a look at that. Maybe number 8 calls out, says, switch, 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 you know, use some communication. And there we have a switch, right? Now defense is caught off guard. We're moving forward here. I want to stop this here, right? So that's one way we can switch the entire field, right? Using off-ball movement now, we're trying to get number 11 open. We see some gaps. They're here. There's a gap between these guys. There's always going to be a gap somewhere. Gap between these guys. Number 8 has the option to pass back, so he's got support here. So it's not like he's completely pressured to pass through the gaps. So we've got gaps here. There's a gap here between these guys. There's a gap here, right? So if I use this mouse to try to like predict where the ball might go, it's like this way, right? To this guy, to number 6, then to number 9 around here, right? But number 9 would have to move a little wider for us to switch. But the point is that we're trying to move the ball this way. So with what, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 passes out here, we can get the ball to this side now where there's less pressure than over here, right? So, right, now we're in a better spot. If we move up a little bit, all I did was dribble, everyone moved with them. We can see there's a bigger gap, an even bigger gap here, and a huge gap right here. So this is a great opportunity to kind of pass through. First guy gets it, obviously you're going to get lots of pressure, so it gets that rid of that quickly. And again, this is a high pressure situation right here in the middle, but if we can get it out here, that'd be great, right? And that's exactly what happens. So now we have the ball over here in this area, and now the middle is clogged again. Middle's always going to be clogged. Typically there's not a lot of pressure out on the outside unless the ball is there, right? And there we go. Now number 9 is resetting the play back here. So what we did was we passed through, these gaps are smaller, but we went boom here, there, and then out here, right? With a lot of ball movement and with the help of number 9 going wide, right? So now he's giving it back to the right back again. So, I mean, clearly if we're passing backwards is when there's no attack, right? So these defenders are very comfortable in their spots, and it looks like they're not budging or moving. So the safest thing to do is we could play it backwards, right? Back here. We're going to play it to the center back over here, right? Because we kind of just want to reset. So we can even involve the goalie maybe. We can just reset our attack, have everyone push up, right? All these guys can push up around here, and that'll free up a lot of space between. That'll make the gaps even bigger if they're more spread out, right? So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go here, right? So one way to kind of spread everyone out, if there's really congested over here, is passing backwards, right? If we pass backwards, we can get rid of the pressure. We always have the defenders back and the goalie back. So one big way to get rid of pressure is kind of just to pass backwards and remain calm, right? So here, Passing backwards. See, I was right, so we're involving the goalkeeper. Now, watch as this shifts, right? Now, everyone shifts forward over here, right? Everyone was just sitting back here, so they're away from the goal. Now, there's a huge gap between the center back and the goalkeeper right here. Now, we can sit comfortably, and that's also a way to kind of switch fields, right? So, if I go here, let's see, here, this is our whole play again, right? So as a little review right now, so one way we can switch is by switching through the entire field, right? So from one sideline to the other, from this sideline all the way over here, we switch, just kind of launch the ball. That's one way, right? That's one way you can switch play. Second way we can switch play is kind of little passes through gaps through the middle. So either this way right here or back there, which I'll get into in a second, right? Using these small passes, 1, 2, let's see, 3, and then 4. So we even involved number 7 there. 4 small passes we were able to create. It's almost like one big pass. It's like 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Ball's over here, rather than just one big pass, right? So using smaller passes in like a long chain that's like horizontal, right? If this is horizontal on an actual soccer field, if we go horizontal, right, it's the same thing. 4 little passes going across is the same thing as one big pass, or 2 small passes, right? Depending on how long the passes are. So right here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch the field using the back now, because there's no pressure back here, right? So I make a pass to the center back could pass it back to the goalkeeper, right? Because he's not being used and there's no pressure here. And that's gonna cause everyone to kind of go wide, right? So now we're using wide here. Number 2 passes to number 8 here, right? So from this right back, that took 1 pass here, 1 pass here, that's 2, and then 3. So with 3 passes, we were able to switch the ball from there to here to get less pressure, because the ball was on this side for too long, so everyone got comfortable on that side. Now we're going to use this here to kind of move up. Again, here's going to be a little give and go, right? As soon as 8 passes to number 11 here, he sees there's a lot of pressure, right? So number 8 decides to make a run here, and I can do a little session on give and goes as well, as a refresher for everyone, because it's a very important aspect of soccer here. So right now he gives that ball away to number 8, and as you can kind of see, compared to last time where the midfielders are kind of right behind the defense here, we've got the defense backwards here. These guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? How many, like, was it 3 and then a half? So 4, you can say, are behind the halfway line, right? And we've got 5 people up here. So right away on this half, we count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 orange guys right here. That's the Nutley United guys, and we have 4 of their team right here on the field, not including the goalkeepers, right? So we can see right away we have a 4 on 5 just because we pass from back here and we let everyone get comfortable in this half, right? So we're gonna play, right? Now we can see some gaps opening up through here, so maybe we can have an opportunity to pass. Number 11 is very open again. These guys are trying to track back. It's just the play is moving very quickly now. They weren't expecting us to switch, right? So because we switched, we were able to get rid of all the pressure on that side, right? So there's no pressure on this side. Now we're moving on this side now, and we're going quick. So this is good now. Now we can actually get an attack going here, right? We got 1 pass here. So by also switching across the fields, you don't have to switch across. Now we're using small passes, little kind of horizontal, you know, trying to get to the middle, because this guy's open. He's also open as well. But if he's open right here, right, there's a big gap between these center backs right here. So we can even look to shoot here, you know. This is a great opportunity for them. And that's exactly what happens. I mean, he's got the ball right there. So with 1, 2, 3 passes right here, we result in a goal there, right? So the whole point of this this video review is to kind of show you the importance of small passes. Well, passing in general, number 1. Small passes and long passes can have different effects. And the main part is switching the play here, right? If we didn't switch the play in any of these scenarios, there would be lots of pressure on that same area, right? Imagine if we couldn't switch the play over here. Look, right here. Right? So right here, and I'll stop it right there to number 7. So this is where it's about to switch the play to number 8. Imagine if we just kept trying to pass it to number 9 or number 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys here all crowding this ball, little corner right here. There's no way to get out of this without switching the pressure, right? Now that we get out, just a little review, right? So the 3 methods of switching the field. So you can switch across the entire field from sideline to sideline. You can switch with small passes in between, or you can even pass back to the goalkeeper, right? If we pass back to the goalkeeper, that relieves everyone of all the pressure we have in the scenario, and it kind of resets the whole play, right? So we have this now, just a little recap. We can see, get the goalkeeper involved even. We've got everyone moving across, right? And we have give and goes as well. Give and goes are a great way to move the ball around too. And there we have our goal. So this video, thank you guys for watching. This video as just a little refresher for you guys, try to get back into the groove of this. We haven't been playing for a while, so just to get the ideas of this in your head, that's why I've replayed this same video a couple times for you guys. Just for the importance of a lot of things, mostly passing. Passing is a great way to get the ball moving around, right? So I'll be posting these review videos weekly for you guys. So if you could watch them, that would be great. And have a small, little like assessment. It's obviously going to be ungraded, just on a Google Forms link that I'll be posting. And that way you can kind of use it as a refresher for the skills. I'll have some questions with topics I had mentioned in this video and other ones. So just to refresh you guys on the topics that I'm talking about here, and so you guys can know if you know it or not, or if you somewhat know it, you can always have this video to go back and review these topics, yeah? So thank you guys for watching. I'll be posting these again weekly, and I'll have a little feedback content form. So if you guys want to see more things, or if you guys didn't like this video, or you did like it, or you have some suggestions for the way I can work these videos, please let me know, and I'll absolutely implement any suggestions you guys may have. So have a nice day, everyone. Thank you for watching.